咱给他这样，他出来。
我一个没有结过婚、没有找过女朋友，他一个离过婚的，他有啥资格说我占他的便宜？他占了我多少便宜？才认识2-3个月，花将近10万，就我电话、微信全部都给我拉黑了。今年2月份，网上认识一个女孩，2月中旬就是开始确定关系嘛。她这边离婚了嘛，带个小孩，没钱交房租那些，我都是给她转。4月份见了面之后，她要我给她买个金镯子，买了一个镯子，花了3万多。他们结婚，然后谈彩礼，5月她过生日的时间，她要我再给她买个金戒指、金项链，真心不真心？买黄金才能显出真心。他说要10万，然后我没有钱，然后就给他转了8000，手里就留了几百块钱。我说毕竟俺家的条件你也知道，没有父母，然后就靠我一个人挣钱。他很生气，电话、微信给我拉黑了，叫我所有的给我掏空了，不理我了，连分手都没给我说。
男的被骗活该，女的骗人应该严惩。
Mr. Tang from Zhoukou, Hunan, recently met a woman with a child. The two quickly developed a romantic relationship, and in just 3 months of dating, the man spent nearly 100,000 yuan on her. Now, his account has only a few hundred yuan left. When the woman saw this, she actually said directly, "You have no money left, then let's break up. Why should I stay with you?" Mr. Tang got angry when he heard this. What kind of relationship is this? He felt like he had just been treated like an ATM. He was unwilling to accept it and demanded, "Give back the money I spent on you." But the woman ignored him completely and refused to return anything. With no other choice, he reported it to the police. After the police got involved, the woman returned only 8,000 yuan worth of red envelopes. But as for the gold bracelet worth more than 30,000 yuan, she firmly refused to give it back. Her explanation was, "You said yourself that buying gold proves your sincerity. That's why I accepted it." This kind of reasoning is legally hard to define, because once it involves gifts during a romantic relationship, it falls into a gray area. The case is still under further investigation, and the police are continuing to look into more details. Meanwhile, the woman bit back, saying that Mr. Tang also had a problem, that he deceived her feelings. Her evidence was this. When Mr. Tang was pursuing her, he bragged boldly, claiming he earned 900,000 yuan a year, with a monthly income of 70 to 80,000 yuan. It did sound tempting, but when the police questioned him further, the truth was revealed. Mr. Tang's actual monthly income was only 10,000 yuan. Why would you lie like that? Isn't that self-sabotage? Using a fake financial image to maintain a relationship will only lead to getting exposed in the end. This incident actually gives us a lot to reflect on. First of all, love should never be measured by money, and even less should it be sustained by money. If your so-called love is built on money, it's destined to collapse at the first storm. Secondly, some harsh realities can't be ignored. For example, some netizens say, "It's better not to date a woman with a child." Although this sounds blunt, many men really need to think twice. That child wasn't born to you, you share no blood ties, yet you may end up bearing the responsibility and expenses for the next 10 or 20 years, or even a lifetime. If things go wrong, you could be left raising a thankless brat. This is not alarmism, this is reality. And let's talk about second marriages. What do people truly seek in a second marriage? Nothing more than stability and compatibility. So whether it's the man or the woman, both should clearly define their finances and responsibilities. If you want a good life after marriage, then you must reach a clear agreement before marriage. As a man, are you going to cover all the living expenses? Or will it be 50-50? Or will the woman contribute a smaller portion? All of this needs to be clearly discussed. Love is love. Life is life. Money is money. Never mix them all together. When two people are together, the biggest problem is mismatched expectations. One wants a real relationship, the other wants to take advantage. One seeks security, the other seeks property. One gives true feelings, the other treats it like business. If you don't talk things through beforehand, it will just lead to constant arguments, emotional exhaustion, and ultimately a breakup. So, take my advice, whether you are a man or a woman, don't use emotions to test money, and don't use money to buy emotions. That will only drag you into the abyss.
你以为捞女都是美女吗？错了。 Do you think so-called gold diggers are all those stunning beauties with hot bodies? Wrong. In Shenzhen, a new type of technical gold diggers has emerged. They may look ordinary, but they're highly skilled, using manipulative tactics to specifically target men who run small companies or shops. Today, I'm risking being scolded by them to expose a real case, just to give everyone a warning. I have a friend who runs a brick-and-mortar store. He revealed that he was played for half a year by a gold digger born in 1995, who is now 30 years old. Throughout their interactions, money transfers, dates, dinners, and gifts, he spent around 70 to 80,000 yuan in total. And the result? He later discovered that this woman was actually dating 5 men at the same time. He was completely stunned. After calming down, he summed up the 3-step operation process of these technical gold diggers. First step, emotional groundwork. They usually target self-employed men, small business owners, and mom-and-pop shop operators between the ages of 30 and 50. They pretend to be looking for a job or discussing business cooperation, and then constantly create emotional resonance during conversations, saying things like, "Your wife is so lucky to have married such a great man like you," or, "You must be a very responsible and family-oriented person." These words quickly close the emotional distance. At the same time, they'll package themselves, claiming they missed out on love because they were focused on their career, that they're ambitious, hardworking, and particularly understanding. They often claim to work in the beauty industry, beauticians, nail artists, body sculpting trainers, and similar jobs. These careers have low entry barriers and naturally make men associate them with being pretty and well-groomed, creating a sense of "why didn't I meet you earlier?" Second step, using body language to conquer you. Once initial trust is built, they arrange offline meetups. At the first meeting, they'll intentionally initiate physical contact, like touching hands, leaning on shoulders, or even sitting directly on the man's lap. Then they'll deliberately mention his marital status to observe his reaction. Things quickly escalate to overnight stays. They're extremely good at launching technical attacks, pretending to be emotionally all-in, creating an illusion of true love. Once the man falls for it, he'll take the initiative to confirm the romantic relationship. By this stage, he's basically already trapped. Third step, financial extraction. Once the relationship is confirmed, they begin to extract money rhythmically. During every date, they'll find reasons to ask for money, such as, "I'm a bit short on cash lately," "My birthday is coming up, I want a red envelope," "Rent is due," or "Could you lend me some money to get through this?" The tricks never end. What's more ruthless is that they'll study the man's personality and preferences, tailoring their tactics accordingly. Some go with a pure and innocent image, others are fiery and passionate. They'll even research exactly what type of clothes, words, and behaviors the man likes, and replicate them perfectly, making him increasingly obsessed, unable to escape. If the man's wife doesn't notice, they'll continue this secret relationship, repeatedly asking for money. But if the wife finds out, they'll immediately pull out, move on to the next target, and leave behind a complete mess, making the man fall out with his wife and sink into a family crisis.
说男人是下半身动物，容易冲动上头快，确实如此哈。
To be honest, everyone says that men think with their lower body. Once they get impulsive, their brains go blank, and when emotions rise, reason goes offline. Honestly, there's some truth to that. Some men just keep running into those women full of tricks, and honestly, they have it coming. Look at yourself. Aren't you especially obsessed with those seductively dressed women? Big wavy hair, black silk stockings with high heels, ultra-short skirts. Just one look and you're drooling. You talk about wanting to find a woman who's reliable and good for daily life. But deep down, your heart is still yearning for that same seductive type. The moment you see one, your feet can't move away. Today I'm going to give you a proper lesson, a real crash course on the most typical traits of a gold digger. First, emotionally unstable. Quick temper. This kind of woman has intense mood swings. She gets mad or throws tantrums at the drop of a hat. You have to coax her, comfort her, always be there for her. And if you think a few sweet words are enough, you're dead wrong. She expects real actions, secretly waiting for you to give her gifts, send her red envelopes, or transfer money. If you don't spend some cash, there's just no way to make her happy. Second, obsessed with rituals and a sense of security. Every holiday has to be celebrated, even those strange, made-up anniversaries. As long as she says it's important, you have to spend money and prepare. Otherwise, she'll say you lack sincerity or that you don't love her enough. She wants your attitude, your promises. If you slack off even a little, she'll say you're unreliable, leaving you completely exhausted. Third, strong vanity. Loves comparing. She constantly compares you to her best friend's boyfriend, like how he bought her a luxury bag, took her to a fancy restaurant, or just got a new luxury car. She's never satisfied with her current life and always thinks other men are better. She wishes you'd get promoted, make more money, buy a new car, and get her a house right away. What she's chasing isn't love, it's material things, it's vanity. When you see these traits, brothers, you need to stay alert. A woman like this, no matter how pretty, might indeed be dazzling to you men, but if you actually marry her, you'll regret it after just a few days. You think you're in a relationship? Wrong. You're in a transaction. She says she loves you, but what she really sees is your bank balance. If you don't believe me, try it yourself. The moment you stop transferring money, all that love will instantly disappear. As for the men who get played, some of them know full well that she's just a photoshopped illusion, yet still willingly jump into the trap. Let's be honest, she's only using her charming looks as bait. But if you insist on falling for that one glance of seduction, then all I can say is, you asked for it.
Now, there are many women who believe that only when a man is willing to spend money on a woman does it truly mean love and affection. They like to use the amount of money a man spends on them to judge how much he loves them. There's another group of women who say this: I only care whether this man is willing to spend money on me. Then I want to ask these women, exactly how much money does a man have to spend on you to be considered willing? What's the benchmark in your heart? Whenever a woman uses the word willing to measure love, I just want to ask this one thing. If a man is willing to spend money on you, what can he get in return? It's only natural for a man to spend money on the woman he loves. But as the saying goes, where there is giving, there should be receiving. Can he receive your unwavering love? Can he receive your respect? Or your heartfelt understanding? In the end, he gets nothing. All you're doing is using the word willing as a moral weapon to guilt trip this man. When he spends money to your satisfaction, it means he loves you. When he doesn't spend enough in your eyes, then it means he's not willing, not loving. If you ask me, if your standard of judgment is like this, then you might as well just set a clear price tag. Just tell the man exactly how much money he's expected to spend. If he can afford it, he will. If he can't, then he'll walk away. If you use willing to spend money on you as your criteria to test a man, then you're a woman who appears gentle and virtuous on the outside, but is in fact deeply greedy on the inside. Do you agree with my point of view? Have you ever encountered someone who judges love by how much a man is willing to spend? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode.